let's get straight into it. And it's going to be short, it's going to be sharp with demonstrations. I want to get this done. See you in a minute. Hi everyone, it's Rena from Perth IELTS and PTE Tutoring. As many of you know, I am a private tutor based in Perth, Western Australia, and I specialize in PTE Academic and IELTS, both general training and academic. Today, we're going to focus straight on PTE Academics, retell a lecture. Now, similar to summarized group discussion, this would require you to take notes. So what do you need to do? What do you need to have handy and ready for you before you start practicing this question type? Paper and pen. Let me get my gear. I do prefer using pen or marker because your pencil nibs will break as you're writing. The next thing I need you to guys to know is that you have to learn how to multitask in this situation. You're going to write while you listen. Okay? Let's get straight into what you need to know about retell a lecture. It is the fourth question type in the speaking part of the test. It contributes equally 13% to speaking and 13% to your listening scores. Final overall score is just 6%. Okay? What do you need to know? You have to do this question type 2 to 3 times. You will hear a lecture or talk of up to 90 seconds, not a second more than that. 90 seconds, 1.5 minutes only. You are then given 10 seconds to prepare. You will hear a beep, and after that, you're meant to answer for as much as you can or respond as well as you can for up to 40 seconds. Okay? What else do we need to know? How is this question type scored? It is really important for us to know how the question type is scored because then we can design our answers and practice accordingly, right? I am a strong believer of content. So content is king, right? 6 points for content, 5 points for pronunciation, and 5 points for fluency. Your aim is to get 16 points each time. Okay? It is really important for you to notice that content is far heavier weighted than fluency. Okay? That's important. Notice that nobody's looking at your grammar, nobody is looking at the accuracy of the content. Okay? Over here in the notes, just for formality, I've written focus on key points and main ideas, but no. Basically, the AI can only mark what it is programmed to mark. When it comes to a spoken amount of content, it is just looking for words that are similar to what they see in what is found in the transcript of the audio. Okay, so it's not just key points and main ideas. As much of what you heard, if you can deliver it, it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. You're going to be scored well. Okay, so now that we know how the question type is scored, let's talk about the method. And I understand that my method may differ slightly from to other people's methods. If it works for you, great. Okay, the main thing we need to start off with is pen and paper, or on test day, you're going to have that stupid plastic shape. I don't know why they don't use paper and the marker, right? Your eyes need to be fixed and focused down, ready and waiting to get information. You either look at the screen or front, and you might, I mean, I prefer looking down. I don't know why I put that in the notes, but your hand needs to be ready with your pen to write. Okay, you don't need, again, for my notes here, for official purposes, I've said key ideas and keywords. No, I don't need key ideas and keywords. I just need words. Okay? There's a massive distinction there. I just want the words. Okay? Your ears and your attention, all of it focused on what you hear. You don't need to move your body forward or backward. You are going to sit back in your seat and get ready to write. Right? Be ready to receive information. Do not try to interpret or understand the information. That is not your job. Your job is to start writing as soon as the speaker starts speaking, even if you don't understand everything that they're saying. You're going to write down short phrases and big-ish words. Here I wrote keywords, but it's actually not keywords. I just mean words. For example, John ate chicken on Tuesday. You're going to write John chicken Tuesday. You're not going to write a full sentence. I don't need you to do that at all. Okay? So this will go on for about a minute, 20 seconds, a minute and a half, and then you are given 10 seconds when the speaker stops. This is when you use the prep time to mentally compile your word soup because John Tuesday chicken doesn't make sense. And it doesn't need to make sense. Notice that you are not being marked for logic, you are not being marked for grammar, and you are not being marked for coherence. You need to focus purely on your content and your fluency. Pronunciation will come naturally. Okay? So all you got to do is give them sentences. You don't even need an introduction. Now let's move on to what I mean by that. As soon as the beep sounds, you are going to start speaking immediately. You do not pause and you don't need to start off with anything too formal. All right? Just a natural opening. Then you can retell as much as you can. Now, this is really important. Nowhere in the assessment rubric have they said an introduction or conclusion is required. So, no introduction or conclusion is required. No templates or memorized phrases or words are needed. No repetition of content, please. All you need to do is begin by addressing the topic if you can. So let's say it was about dolphins. The talk was about dolphins. That's it. Be clear, be short, be sharp. No bullshit, no rubbish. You are delivering content as fluently as you can, right? Just use your notes to spew out the word soup in a steady, constant flow of words. Remember, no one's checking your grammar. It doesn't need to be perfect, right? No one's listening for the grammar, no one's listening for the accuracy of your content, and no one's trying to make logic of it. They just want a large amount of content, right? And for this question type, there is a human assessor, but only for content. Again, the human assessor is just looking for content that is directly relevant and taken from the talk. Okay? So let me show you what I mean by the word soup method in a few demonstrations. See you in a minute. All right, so as you can see here, I'm on my ApeUni dashboard. Let's run straight to retailer lecture. I've got a pen and a notepad, all right, or paper on a clipboard. Let's do what we can. Oh, it says that sustainable farming was only done the one time. Let's do something about photography. Let's do photography. All right.
Photography, since its inception, has not just been about creating images. It's a powerful tool that chronicles our world and experiences. The journey of photography began in the early 19th century with the daguerreotype, a process that created a single, unique image. This invention revolutionized the way we document life, making it possible to preserve moments in time forever. Since then, photography has undergone tremendous changes, from the introduction of color and digital photography to today's advanced smartphone cameras. Photography has played a crucial role in historical documentation, giving us visual insights into past events and cultures. Iconic photographs have the power to evoke emotions, provoke thought, and sometimes even spur social change. They serve as windows into times and places that words alone cannot fully capture. Moreover, the digital era has democratized photography, making it more accessible and allowing people from all over the world to share their perspectives and stories. The rise of social media has further amplified this, transforming how we communicate and view the world. In conclusion, the evolution of photography reflects the evolution of human expression and connection. It reminds us of the power of a single image to capture the complexities of life and history.
All right, you can see the timer's running out now. I've written a whole ton of words here. There are no full stops, there are no dashes, it's just words. The talk was about photography and creating images as a tool. It provided powerful experiences, especially beginning in the 19th century. A single unique image was starting to document life. It has since undergone significant changes with color photography and digital photos. Historical documentation has become easy, and iconic photos can provoke thoughts and social changes. Words cannot capture what we see on photographs. The digital world has now been democratized, and social media has been transformed. We have transformed the way we view the world. Photography reminds us of the power of a single image. Okay, so as you can see here on the screen, I have spoken for 38 seconds. There were lots of pauses. There was crap. My phone buzzed. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's see how I went. Hopefully, my method is good. It likes the way I sound. We will see. If not, I have to re-record this all over again. Okay, but notice the amount of content. It was just words straight from the audio, and none of it made sense. None of it had to be accurate. None of it had to be imperfect sentences either. They're not marking my grammar. Okay, there was no, the speaker then said, he then elaborated. You don't need any of that. None of it is relevant to the actual talk. So if you look over here, you can see the content was 5 out of 5, but the fluency was only 69 out of 90, which is not great. Obviously, my phone buzzed in the middle and pronunciation dropped because I was very distracted by the phone. But look at that content score. Now remember, content is king. I'm going to do another one and show you again what I mean. Okay? So let's move on from here and do, oh, this one's only been, oh, space exploration. All right, let me prepare my paper. Here we are. Space exploration, number 648. Okay.
Space exploration is a testament to human curiosity and technological advancement. From peering into the stars with early telescopes to landing rovers on Mars, this journey illustrates our relentless pursuit to understand the cosmos. The story of space exploration began with early astronomers like Galileo, who used telescopes to observe celestial bodies. This marked the beginning of a new era in understanding our universe. Fast forward to the 20th century, when the launch of Sputnik, the first artificial satellite, ignited the space race, leading to remarkable milestones, including the historic Apollo moon landing in 1969. In recent years, space exploration has entered a new frontier with missions to Mars. Rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance have been exploring the Martian surface, searching for signs of past life and paving the way for future human missions. These rovers represent incredible feats of engineering and symbolize our ongoing quest to explore the unknown. Space exploration is more than just scientific endeavor. It inspires us to look beyond our planet and consider our place in the universe. Each discovery brings new knowledge and raises important questions about our future in space. In conclusion, the journey of space exploration is a continuous voyage of discovery, innovation, and inspiration, demonstrating the boundless potential of human ingenuity.
All right, boundless potential. All right. So as you can see, once again, there is a whole ton of words with no full stops, no commas, no sentences. Let's go. The talk was about space exploration, which is a testament to our human innovation. Stars were viewed through telescopes, and our pursuit to understand the astronomers, like Galileo, began by understanding the universe. The space race started off with the Sputnik and ended with Apollo moon landing in 1969. Missions to Mars with the rover Curiosity are part of the Life of the Future human mission. Our ongoing quest is a scientific endeavor to know our place in the universe. This new knowledge is a continuous journey and has boundless potential. Okay, as you can see here, I spoke for 33 seconds. A lot of what I said was crap. There were lots of pauses, so the fluency might be really low, but again, content should be pretty high. Fingers crossed I do well because would be really embarrassing if I didn't do well. Like, you know, if you'd like to get 88 for speaking, remember that content is king, and how you deliver that content, how fluently you deliver the content, how consistently you deliver that content is important. But content first. I know a lot of other tutors are like, no, it's all about the fluency. Only for repeat sentence would I say yes. That is correct. But for everything else, all right. The talk was about space exploration, which so over here you can see the fluency wasn't as great as my content, but again, look at the final score, 87 out of 90. Now, if you think of it that way, on test day, I will have the mic and I would be able to speak quite clearly and consistently, right? I delivered a lot of content. This is really important, guys. Let's try it on a different platform, shall we? See you in a minute. Okay, so I am here on my Alpha PTE platform. Now, Alpha PTE somehow doesn't give me the marks I want, but I actually have never tried a retail lecture on this platform. So let's see, let's see. Has it ever been practiced? None of them have been practiced. Ooh, prediction. Now, Let me pepper pen. Okay. Let's have a go. I'm not going to use a mic because I need you. It says here always use a USB headset with a microphone, but that's okay because I'm doing this as a practice. Let's go. I'm not hearing anything. Recording will start soon. Okay, so should I refresh the page? Okay, so I'm just refreshing it. Start over. Okay, let's do. What was it? Was it part-time job? Prediction. Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Many university students today choose to work part-time while completing their studies. And this has become a common trend in many countries around the world. There are several advantages to taking up part-time employment while studying. Firstly, having a job allows students to gain valuable work experience, which can significantly enhance their resumes and prepare them for full-time careers after graduation. It helps them develop essential professional skills such as communication, teamwork, time management, and problem solving. In addition, part-time work provides students with a source of income that can be used to pay for tuition fees, accommodation, or everyday expenses. This financial independence often boosts their confidence and teaches them how to handle money responsibly. Furthermore, working in a real world environment exposes students to different people and situations, allowing them to build social networks and a better understanding of workplace culture. However, the lecturer also points out some disadvantages. Balancing work and study can be quite challenging. When students work long hours, they may feel tired and find it difficult to concentrate on their studies. This can lead to stress, lack of sleep, and a decline in academic performance. In some cases, students might even lose interest in their studies if their job becomes too demanding or time consuming. Overall, while a part time job can provide valuable experience and financial support, it is essential for students to plan their schedules carefully. Maintaining a healthy balance between work and education is the key to making the most of both opportunities without letting one negatively affect the other.
All right. So the talk was about part time work. Many university students engage in part time work while completing their studies. There are some advantages to having a job where they can gain valuable work experience and have an idea about their full time careers. Learn skills like communication, teamwork, time management, and problem solving. It is also a source of income and financial independence. They learn how to handle money responsibly, and they are exposed to different people and different situations, as well as workplace cultures. It is difficult to balance. Balancing can be a challenging effect. They can feel tired and find it difficult to concentrate, and there may be a decrease or drop in academic performance, a loss of interest as well. Overall, it is a valuable experience which allows them to maintain. Is it? Gotta say, I don't understand the platform. It looks like I spoke for more than 40 seconds. The mic appears to be off, and I just kept going. Sorry. Fingers crossed. If not, I will take this off the video and maybe do Language Academy. We'll see how we go. Oh, okay. So over here, obviously, they're far more generous, speaking 90, listening 90, but you know that about me. Obviously, I'm a native English speaker. I spoke for well over 40 seconds. I would have preferred to have stopped before the 90-second mark, before the 40-second mark, but no complaints. I'm pretty happy. All right. Should we do another? Let's do another. I'm quite happy with this since it's telling me 90 out of 90. Pretty awesome. Okay, let's do Pragmatism. Let me prepare my paper. Pragmatism. Oh, of course, it's one
So,
method.
what does pragmatism mean? Well, it might make us think of a pragmatic person with a serious disposition who thinks about every decision in methodical and practical terms. Now, they might not be the most fun at parties, but they've always known when it's time to pack it up. Not quite a full on optimist or pessimist, but a realist who looks at life in honest terms. Their name is probably something like Marshall or Madison. And while this is the conventional understanding of pragmatism, it's actually so much more. A whole philosophical tradition with a focus on practical consequences. It's also maybe the most American brand of philosophy, the apple pie to existentialism's apricot cocktail, if you will. Now, for all the time that we've spent talking about philosophers, most of them have been European, or if not, schooled in European schools of thought, stuff like existentialism, phenomenology, postmodernism, Marxism, or critical theory. Also, we're very aware we've been a little Eurocentric in the philosophers we've talked about over the years. We're going to branch out, try to do better. Thanks for those of you who have kind of poked us and said, hey, do better. We appreciate it. Poke away, baby. Poke away. But not in person. If you see me in person and you poke me physically, like I'm a child, I'll equalize you. And it'll change your life forever. It might seem like European philosophers are the ones asking all of the big questions. You know, stuff like, what's the meaning of existence? Is there a point to life? Is there such a thing as truth? And confession, for much of my education, I kind of thought this was the case. And we might assume that American philosophers, like the pragmatists, spend their time talking about boring and practical questions, and not the sort of deep and edgy stuff that makes bros get you. So
That was absolute rubbish. What a terrible talk. And it was more than 1 minute, 30 seconds. But again, let's go. The talk was a very poorly formed talk about pragmatism. When we think about pragmatics, we think of a person who is serious, methodical, and practicist. They are neither optimistic or pessimistic, they are just realists. The conventional thinking and understanding of practical consequences is American philosophy. Most philosophy has been done by Europeans, including postmodernism, Marxism, but Americans decided they wanted to branch out to do better. Poke away. Don't poke me personally. European philosophers ask the big questions, and we might assume that Americans would start asking big questions as well, but they are very pragmatic. That was rubbish. What a rubbish talk. Where did you get your content from? In reality, is this what someone would get on a test day? Something this messy? No. Not happy, Jan. Not happy. Let's see how I scored. Okay, so it gave me 88 for speaking, 90 out of 90. Obviously, you can see the fluency dropped because I was very, very unimpressed by the talk itself. But there you have it, folks. Heavy content, smoothly delivered, no logic required. Okay, see you in a minute. So there you have it, folks. We are all done. The method works across both platforms. All I need you to do is deliver as much content as fluently as possible. I hope it's been really helpful. I hope you like the word soup method. I also use the word soup method for summarized spoken text, and I will also be using it for summarized group discussion. It just helps you deliver information, as much content as possible. Thank you so much for being here, and if you've subscribed, awesome. Thank you so much. I will see you guys all soon. Thank you. Bye.